Hey, so like I said in my post, I didn't have my video from last night, didn't update, didn't upload, but everything it was pretty much the same from what I had said earlier. I was still saying, I'm expecting to bounce up. We have all these good support. So just to recap, right? We have on Bitcoin really strong horizontal support at 41. We bounced big right off of that, right? So we had that on the 4 hour. If you look at the Jesus, um, if you take a look at the daily, for instance, right, we have that 222 EMA right here. So really good support along with that horizontal support. And we're starting a new daily cycle up, right? So really, really high probability of a solid break up from here. This is exactly what I've been talking about for a couple of days. That's why I've been buying, but I haven't been setting a tight stop loss because you really haven't been able to get in with a precision buy. Unfortunately, last night I actually did have a great precision entry planned with Ethereum, and that was what I explained on the video from last night, and then I messed up the video where I was talking about on this trendline support right here holding really well. I think I talked about that a couple of videos ago, but that trendline support right there, I thought that was a really good chance we could make a nice move up from there. This old trendline resistance had already broken previously, so I wasn't too worried about that. But we got that bounce perfectly. So last night, or in the last video I had posted, or was trying to post, I talked about buying in right here with a tight stop loss just below that trendline support. It would have been a great trade. Unfortunately, I didn't share it with you guys, but overall, my entire model is holding up perfectly. We have this bounce exactly like I was expecting. Now, unfortunately, I was anticipating a nice bounce earlier, right? And we didn't get that right away. We came back down, hit my stop loss. But what you'll notice on that, right? Even though we had a small move up and came right back down, when we did come right back down, we barely came back down. We didn't even completely erase the last move up. Well, I guess we did with that little wick, but overall it held. At that trendline support was a really good time to buy in. It still is. I mean, if you look at the daily model, we're turning up bullish on the Stoke. So even though the Stoke hasn't been that reliable of late, my IchEMA dynamic supports have been holding up really well, and the trend lines. So even if my particular model that I like to use for precision entries, my stochastic oscillator modeling, isn't useful because we don't have that repeating pattern, I still have horizontal supports. I have my IchEMA dynamic supports and resistances. I have trend lines that I could develop, plus geometric formations, whether it's a head and shoulders, cup and handle, things like that. So there are plenty of tools in our arsenal. Overall, I'm just as bullish now as I was 2 days ago. The last 2 days just took a while for us to pick up speed, but I think we're still going to get that bullish breakout and reversal I was talking about. The other question is what's happening on the longer term. If you didn't get in yet, it's certainly not too late. Especially with the daily turning up here. If you look at the weekly, we still have that lower weekly on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Right now, there's 3 days left on the Ethereum chart, on the Bitcoin chart, which is a different exchange. That one also, okay, that's the same. That has 3 days left as well. In both cases, we're getting really low on that weekly reversal. Again, we could still have one more bearish week. We might get a short-term bounce based on the daily, spend a couple days coming up, and then ultimately push down one more time for another few days. That might happen. And if it does, I'll just buy back in when I get down lower after taking profit short term. Because overall, remember that weekly model is forecasting the larger monthly reversal, because that monthly reversal is already looking for confirmation here. So it looks like based on the monthly, we're going to see that really big multi-month bull run I've been talking about. And as far as getting the best possible entry, with the weekly down at those lower levels, it's a really good time to get in. If you wanted to do more short-term stuff and look at the 4-hour, the hourly charts, you could do that too, but I would focus more on the weekly, the daily, and then even the monthly. Based on the daily, we're really close to starting a weekly reversal. If we start the weekly reversal, then that's going to confirm the monthly reversal. All of that points to the big multi-month bull run I've been talking about, and at this point, the only way that doesn't play out is if we see some sort of catastrophic black swan event, some sort of news that absolutely tanks the market. Other than that happening, if nothing else negative happens, I think we're going to start that really solid bullish move from here. I'm focusing on the majors still, but I will look at altcoins today, and maybe I can start getting some money into the alts as well. Hopefully that clarifies where I stand right now. Really no change. On the 4-hour model, we do have resistance from the bottom of the cloud here. And we're pretty high on the Stoke, but I'm not too worried about that, especially with the daily model turning so overall bullish right here with that bullish reversal. Again, if I switch to the daily, you'll see we got that really nice bullish reversal pending. It's not confirmed. We could still go lower on the daily, but if we do get a confirmed bullish reversal here in 7 hours from now, we'll be in a really good position to break through the bottom of the cloud. But I won't know for sure that that's going to happen till we end this cloud and there's another 7 hours left. Then I'll feel a lot more confident about that. So longer term, it's good to get in. Short term, not really good to trade short term right now, but it is a good time to buy in for a longer term plan since we have such a bullish model taking us into the weekly and the monthly even. All right, hopefully that's some good information to help clarify everything, and I'll do another update in a bit.